So remember and don't forget how we provoked Yahuwah to wrath when we was in the wilderness. That we don't do it again. We don't need to do this again. Psalms 106 and 14. But here's what we did. We lusted exceedingly in the wilderness and tested Yahuwah in the desert. This is what we did. We wanted things we shouldn't have. We lusted. Psalm 78:19. Yes, they spoke against Yahuwah. Yes, we spoke against Yahuwah. They said, can Yahuwah prepare a table in the wilderness? We question him. Can he do this? Can he do that? I bet he can't do this. These are the things that we did. Ezekiel 20 and 13. Yet the house of Yasharal rebelled against me in the wilderness. They did not walk in my statutes. They despised my judgment, with which if a man does, he shall live by them. And they greatly defile my Shabbats. Then I said, I will pour out my fury on them in the wilderness to consume them. I told you this is coming again. If you don't do what the Most High commands, that's you being rebellious. That's you not obeying a command. Remember, he demands us to do our action. He demands our action. And when he says to do something, that is exactly what he means. Isaiah 35, 1 through 6. The wilderness and the wasted land shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as rose. It shall blossom abundantly, and rejoice even with happiness and singing. The splendor of Lebanon shall be given to it, the excellence of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the splendor of Yahuwah. So we're seeing it again. The righteous is going to see the splendor of Yahuwah. The excellency of our mighty one. Strengthen the weak hands. He is going to strengthen the weak hands, because there will be, the people will be weak. And one of the things that the wilderness does, it strengthens the hands. It strengthens the person. It makes you go in weak and you become strong. It makes you, once again, the wilderness makes the Kadesh. You will be Kadash. The people will be Kadash in the wilderness. And make the feeble knees. And make firm the feeble knees. Say to those who are fearful hearted, be strong. Do not fear. So there will be those that's fearful hearted. And the Most High is saying, be strong. Do not fear. Behold, your mighty one will come with vengeance. You see, while he's taking care of us, he's coming with vengeance on Gui, with recompense, with the recompense of Elohim. He will come to save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened. You see, once this happened, we're seeing miracles happening here. And the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then the lame shall leap like a deer, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For water shall burst forth in the wilderness, and streams in the deserts. Ezekiel 20, 33 through 41. Okay, here's what people like to bring out. As I live, says Yahuwah. We're going to find out what he's talking about. Surely with a mighty hand, with an outstretched arm, and with fury poured out, I will rule over you. I will bring you out from the people and gather you out of the countries where you are scattered, with a mighty hand, an outstretched arm, and with fury poured out. Now we understand. Once in Baruch 4 and 37 and Baruch 5 and 5, we understand he delivered us by his word, with a command. So when he commanded us to come out and we do it, that's him delivering us out of the lands where we were scattered, with a mighty hand and outstretched arm, the same way he did our forefathers. He commanded Pharaoh to let the people go. And after the plagues come through, Pharaoh had to let the people go. And then actions had to come from the people. They got up and walked out. They did not sit still and do nothing. A sit still, do nothing doctrine do not exist in the scriptures. No one sat still and did nothing. Did not Lot had to come out from where he lived before the destruction? Lot had to come out. Did not Yahushua told us to remember Lot's wife? Remember. Here we go. We don't know why he told us to remember these things. We don't know why we forget these things. He says, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there I will plead my case with you face to face. Not in the lands we were scattered at. Don't wait for him to come to the lands where you're scattered for him to plead his case face to face, because it's not going to happen. This happens in one of the most Kadash places on earth, and there's only 4. And one of them, this is where it will happen. Just as I pleaded my case with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. See, he pleaded his case. He's going to plead his case with us in the wilderness. So I will plead my case with you, says Yahuwah. I will make you pass under the rod. Now, once again, we have to go back under the rod. He says, I will make you, we're not under the rod now. And this is something I told someone, someone telling them they don't honor these Kadash days, they're going to be cut off. We're already cut off. And we're trying to get back. And going through the wilderness is part of getting back on track. That's why he's going to make us go back under the rod. And once we go back under the rod, he says, I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. Now we are in covenant with him. Now we are put back. Now we can be cut off from the people. But everybody scattered. You are already cut off. You didn't even know you were Yasharal. You're cut off. We are cut off. Those within the borders, we are in position to go back into this bond of the covenant. He says, and I will purge the rebels from among you, and those who transgress against me. I will bring them out of the country where they dwell, but they shall not enter the land of Yasharal. I have brought this point out many times. What is he saying? Why? Here's my question. And no one answered this question. The rebels can't answer this question. Those that believe he's going to deliver us and we don't have to do nothing, they cannot answer this question. So here it is again. New people, please answer me this question. Why in the world? Yes, I am upset. My ruach is disturbed right now. Why in the world? Think about this. Why in the world would the Most High bring someone out of the country into the borders and cut them up? Why would he deliver them out knowing they're rebellious? No one can answer that. Now, and I've already answered it, and I'm going to answer it once again. Here is why. Rebellious people in these countries, they saw the command to come out. They rebellious. And they came out. They heed that call. But once they got in the wilderness, they brought their rebellion in the wilderness. They went under the rod. They came into the bond of the covenant with the Kaddish. And then he had to purge out the rebels. They're going to be eating swine's flesh in the wilderness. They're going to be eating things they should not be eating, because we're going to be hungry. And they're going to see some things that we are not supposed to eat. They're going to pick it up, put it in their mouth, and start to eat. And they will get cut off. So this is how he's going to do it. He's going to deliver them out of these countries because they heed his word to come out of her. It says, but they shall not enter the land of Yasharal. Why? They're rebellious. They're going to get cut off. Then you will know that I am Yahuwah. As for you, O house of Yasharal, thus is Yahuwah. Go. He's telling them, go and serve every one of you his idols. Go ahead and serve your religions. All of your religions are man-made. Go ahead, serve them. You want to be Christian, pre-Constantine Christian? Go ahead, serve them. You want to be this one, that. You want to be Hebrew Israelite? Go ahead, serve them. This one and that one. If you will not obey me, but profane my Kadash name. We got some wicked rebels. No, they're not rebels. They're just wicked people. The Christians are not wicked rebels. They're just wicked. These teachers, and they got this thing now. These are sacred namers. They're calling us sacred namers because we're trying our best. Remember, I've said it before, I say it again, we're not perfect, but we are trying our best to do righteousness. And we are trying our best not to profane his name. So we spent hours, weeks, months studying Aubrey, studying his name, studying other people's name in scripture just to find out what is his name. And we found his name, we found what the letters meant, we found behold the hand, behold the nail. We found out his name and we start calling on that name. And these wicked Christians call us sacred namers. The Most High got words for you, wicked people. Here are you wicked Christians. And we have our people. They are entertaining these people. The Most High, I asked the Most High, what is going on with this? Our people talking about Jakes and these other preachers talking about they have problems. And our people are biting into this. And he showed me the scripture. And my mouth dropped. It dropped when he showed me. I said, how do you feel about this? I asked him, how do you feel about this? And he gave the scripture, dropped to me. Cursed is everyone that do not confirm all the words of this Torah. Those people are cursed. So why are we entertaining them? You see, your camp leaders have nothing else. So they found this to talk about. And this is their Shabbat lesson. But you profane my Kadash name no more with your gifts and your idols. For on my Kadash mountain, on the mountain heights of Yasharal, says Yahuwah, there, all the house of Yasharal, there, not in Babylon, not in the lands, there, all of them in the land shall serve me. Now, let me explain something here. The Most High wants you to realize one part of being ready for the wilderness. If you're in a camp, in the wilderness, there is no camp. There is no alphabet group camp. These alphabet group camps are made up. There will be no camp with a name and no one that can say our camp did this or our camp did. You won't find a camp. What you will find some former camp members and they will say, yes, we was a part of a camp, but everybody is gone now. Why? They stayed amongst the heathens and now they're experiencing famine and death among the heathens. And we were within the borders, and we stayed, and we remained, and we found out our camp leaders lied to us. They're going to find out the hard way, and they're going to have to realize no more are we in this camp. No more are we calling on this name. No more are we calling on G-O-D, because just about all the camps call on G-O-D and J-S-U-S. This baffles my mind. And L-O-R-D. They call on all these names, not knowing what they're doing because they don't know Aubrey. So it says, there all of them in the land shall serve me. And there I will accept them. And there I will require your offerings. One thing about going into the wilderness, make sure you understand the people in the past gave an offering. They gave offerings in the wilderness. And we will have to give offerings in the wilderness. It says, in first fruits and offerings together with your Kadash things, I will accept you as a sweet aroma when I bring you out from the people and gather you out of the countries where you have been scattered. And I will be Kadash in you before Gui. Let me explain this. How is this possible? Gui going to be experiencing famine and death. Because they're going to be among some of Gui that's keeping commandments. They are not going to obey, come out of her, my people. And they will be found before Gui, the wicked heathens, experiencing famine and death. They're going to see it. They didn't come out. They're going to remember these messages if they hear them. And so who are these Gentiles? Who are these Guis? These are those that came. These are Gui. And I told you, Gui, these are Gui that came out and they made it within the borders. They are in the wilderness with us. And he's going to Kadash Yasharal before their eyes, and they're gonna be dumbfounded.